Hello everyone and welcome to a very exciting video. If you're new to my channel, hi, how are you? It's good to meet you. If you're returning, hello, welcome back. It is so great to see you again. And as always, you guys, if you want to book a personal reading with me, go ahead and do so on the website. I'll link below. There's a sale going on. Just throwing it out there. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into it. So I have here an unboxing video. I've opened the side here. So this was my first time ordering decks here in Mexico. And oh boy, it came way quicker, than I thought. I'm trying not to bump anything. So what did I get? Let's see. Dun, da, da, da. We have the Tarot of the Abyss. Now I'm very excited. I've seen a lot of chit chat about this deck. And I've been very interested, and it was very hard to get in Canada because US games can be difficult to get in Canada, especially if it's not on Amazon. And in Canada, you cannot get this on Amazon. Don't ask me why. So we have the Tarot of the Abyss. And then we have the Murderer of Crows Tarot. Now, this is one that I had kind of anti-hauled and was like, no, I have the Crow Tarot. Like, no. But yeah. Then I watched Racine's video. I think her channel is OwlMoon513. And she did an unboxing and I was like, damn it. Okay. And these are both black and white decks. Now, I don't really have black and white decks that I can think of. Like the Crow Tarot is close, but it does have some color in it. But just strictly black and white, I do not have until now. So I kind of went on a monochrome spree and I got these two. So let's dive in here. I'm gonna be very careful that I don't wreck anything. There we go. Okay, so I'm very excited that I could get Tarot of the Abyss here in Mexico. That just got me so excited. I'm gonna move this one to the side here. So this is what the box looks like. Okay, and it is covered in plastic. Damn it. I was really hoping it was just gonna be one of the little straps here, but I'm gonna do my best. Okay. Whew. I was nervous there for a second. Were you guys feeling that? Oh my God. Okay. So here okay. The backs are pretty. I'm gonna take a look at that. Very nice. The cardstock is thicker. Has a laminate on it. Okay, here, first of all, let's go with the little guidebook. So this is US games. So there is, it's not small, but it's not super chunky. So we have right at the beginning here, let's see, an introduction. We have about this deck. What is different? And then we go right into the cards. And there's a fair amount of writing for each one. So we'll have, majors and then into the minors. So decent little book. It's quite, and then about the, about Anna Turian here. So there is a spread at the back. Here's what it represents. Oh, there's a few spreads. Okay. Daily draws. Kind of goes into that. How to read the cards. That's all at the back. Usually that's at the front. So that's cool. Okay. So cute little book. It's actually quite a bit of information. I'm looking forward to actually looking at, reading about it. I'll move to the side here. Okay. So let's get into the cards. So it's not actually, like I said, black and white, but it's almost, these are kind of slippery. It's more like a cream color. Isn't that pretty? Huh. Very nice. Just stepping off the edge. What I'm very curious to see, oh, I like the Magician. Love the High Priestess, is because it's just black and white. There is a lot of like just very intricate like line work here, and I'm very interested to kind of dive in and work with it so that you can see how that comes up. I will say, anyone who's watched my channel for a while, I've mentioned this before. Tarot pet peeve, a pregnant empress. It just fucking drives me nuts. I don't know why. It's just a pet peeve of mine. So we have the Emperor. Oh, the wise one instead of the Hierophant. Oh, cool. I'm getting lots of like super ancestry vibes from this card, so I'm very curious to see. The Lovers as a tree entwined. Interesting. The Chariot. Okay, so I really hope I'm centered. I can't really see. I like this Chariot because these look like Canada geese to me. And just, you know, brings memories of back home. Oh, wow. That is a beautiful strength card. It feels very powerful. Oh, I like this Hermit too. Okay, you know what? Interesting Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you know what? I'm liking it so far. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay, Justice. I was like, just a face. What am I seeing? But if we can see, the scales are in her eye there. Fascinating. Okay. And I saw this on one of the walkthroughs, and I thought it was upside down for a minute, but no, it's meant to be. This is an interesting take on the Hangman, right? So it's the hanged one, but you're the one who's upside down because the card, you see it upside down. So it's actually literally you changing your perspective, which is interesting, and I like it. This Death card, I'm gonna have to do some reading about. I like how it's got the little skull in the roots here. So again, ancestor vibes. Yeah, this is gonna be, okay, and see, this is what I mean. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see what the Two of Cups looks like, because Temperance here, I would have, if I was just glancing, I would have thought this was the Two of Cups. But it's not. But I can see how it's Temperance. Like, I can see that. Weird. Okay. Devil. Sorry, I'm taking my time looking at this, and I don't want this to be super long because we're going to do another deck here, but that's a pretty star card as well. The Moon. Haha, the Sun. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to check the book about this Sun card. I'm curious. No naked baby. That's a plus. It's another one of my pet peeves, by the way. But let's see the Sun here. I'm just curious to see what it says, because that is not a typical Sun card, right? We can kind of see the sunflower, you know, in there. So let's see what it says. Then we kind of get a hint of like the guidebook as well. Okay. The sun rises faithfully in the east, its rays swirling and dancing with vitality. It is an energetic life force that activates all it touches. It awakens flora and fauna alike. In the Sun card, a portal to the world of bounty and plenty can be seen. Unlike the Moon card, there's nothing hidden here. There are no crossroads, no obscured motives. The journey upon this golden road will be like no other, for the Sun is here to guide you. Interesting. And I kind of talked about if it appears in the spread. Interesting. Okay. There's going to be some playful. Like there is a road here. I see it. Okay. That one is one I'm going to have to sit with. Okay, that's okay. Awakening instead of judgment. I like that. I think I like that. I'm going to have to sit with that one too. The world. Interesting. There's some very interesting takes on here. I'm loving this. Fascinating. Okay. Anyway, I won't go through the whole deck because other people do have like the full walkthrough. Oh my God. Okay. But one thing I will say about this Two of Swords, because it just came to me, I'm loving the two faces and like the masks that we wear and deciding who you're going to be in any given moment. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, there's two Three of Swords cards. I feel like this is more how I would depict the Three of Swords, but I'm curious to read about this one. But yeah, anyway, you guys, it's very, very interesting. So let's, oh, Ten of Swords, curious. Not a very typical Ten of Swords. Curious, oh, because there's two of those too. So here's the typical depiction, but I'm very curious to read about what this one's about. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with this, if I'm being honest. Okay. Yes, all right. So let's just see how it shuffles here, quick. Very nice. I'm not mad at it. Okay. All right. Oops. Like they're not super slippery. Which I appreciate. They're not slippery, but I think maybe when I break them in, it won't be an issue. Ace of Pentacles. No, sorry, Four of Pentacles. Popped up. Okay. So, I'll play with this for a while and we'll do kind of like a full review down the road when I've actually feel like I've played with it enough that I have a really good feel for its personality, what kind of readings it's good for, things like that. Because it'll definitely be a while before I use it for client readings, that's for sure. So let's move on to the Murder of Crows Tarot. I'm so curious about what this cardstock's going to be like. So this is Lo Scarabeo, and we'll see. We'll see how it is, because the, what is it? The Tarot de la Nuit came in a box like this, and I'm pretty sure that was Lo Scarabeo, I think. And I hated that cardstock. It's so stiff and cardboardy. Oh, and more plastic. Excellent. So I'm just like, please don't be like that. Be more like my Santa Muerte Tarot. That would be better. I don't mind that. Okay, so title card, and is there another one on the bottom here? Yeah, Murder of Crows Tarot. I love using these as bookmarks. Okay, so before we get into this, I'm loving the backs right off the hop. Okay, so this is kind of like a glorified little white book, really. Let's see, does it have the multiple languages? Yeah, it does. So typical Lo Scarabeo, it's in a bunch of different languages. So realistically, let's see, where does it switch here? You only have about this much. which, I mean, it's not nothing. So we have listening to the wisdom of the crows, the structure of the tarot, then we go into the different arcanas, the courts, how does it work, forming a question, some spreads. So, I mean, the Tale of the Crow, an immersive approach to storytelling with the cards. Okay, I'm curious to read about that. Journeying into the realm of the inner shadow. Carl Jung quote there. Okay. And we go into the lore of the crow. There's actually a fair bit of information in here. I wasn't expecting that. Tarot as a tool of spellcraft, if that is your path. Meanings and keywords. It does talk about reversals in here, so if you read reversals, it does acknowledge that. Okay, and so if I remember correctly, a lot of the people in here in the deck are wearing like masks, like those old like plague kind of doctor masks. So it does talk about a note concerning the masks. And then it goes into the cards. So the majors looks like they have a little paragraph and some keywords on each. And same with the minors. So it's all about the same. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this isn't that really cardboardy cardstock that I was worrying about. It is thicker, but you know, it's got a good bounce back. It does have a little bit, I don't know if you can see that. It does have a little bit of a shine to it, but it doesn't feel super slippery, which I like. So here is the back, which I just freaking love. Okay. So let's go through a few of the cards here. We have the Fool. So instead of the dog, we have a crow over here, of course. I'm liking that. The Magician. Interesting. The High Priestess. Empress. She looks very stern. The Emperor. Hierophant. Lovers. Okay, so interesting Lovers card. Okay. Interesting. There is on each card a wee bit at the border. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like the same pattern as the backing here. It has no borders except for this little one, but it does not have the name of the card. So if you're a newbie or you're just not sure of your numbers, keep your book handy. But it's fairly easy to tell which is which, like the Chariot, right? It's fairly obvious. Typical depiction. Like the depictions are pretty typical, so it's easy to tell what card is supposed to be what, at least so far. Interesting, instead of a light, he's carrying a crow. Wheel of Fortune. Justice, of course, the scales, the sword. Hangman. Interesting death card. Huh. Okay. Temperance, like I said, pretty, for the most part, pretty easy to read imagery. Devil, the crow has horns. Interesting depiction of that. Tower, we have the crows instead of the people falling out of the building. The Star. interesting moon deck or card. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure if I like that the moon has a face in it. I don't know. We'll see. The sun. Interesting. Because like the sunflowers are here, but yet it's still dark with a, looks like a moon. Interesting. Again, we'll have to play around with that. Oh, judgment. I kind of like this. I like this. Okay. World. Okay. Okay. So now we have going into the cups. I like this 3 of cups. So, you know, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about just strictly monochromatic decks, like just straight black and white. And if I'm being honest, interesting 6 of cups. But I guess the mirror looking back. Okay, that's something I'll play with. One thing I do actually like is that it's almost, in a way, easier to focus on the artwork because you're not distracted by a bunch of color. Interesting 9 of cups here. 10 of cups. Oh, we have the white. Interesting. And we have the page. The knight. The queen. And the king. Who I believe one, no, maybe not. I thought he was on the cover, but no. And then the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, you guys, this, oh, I'm so interested. Like I said, we'll be doing full reviews on each one of these decks later on the road. But I really am curious to see how these are going to read. 4 of Pentacles. Interesting 5 of Pentacles. Curious to see what the book has to say about that too. Feeding the birds. Yeah, so I won't go through all of these, but so far, if I'm being honest, I'm really quite liking them. And I didn't think that I would. Interesting, the 8 of Pentacles as he's writing. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to go through them all, but I do want to see how it shuffles. Is that pretty similar? No. I'm loving the backs. I'm loving them. I'm not hating the cardstock. Let's see how it shuffles, because that's important. They are stiffer. Like, don't get me wrong. These will take some time to break in if you riffle shuffle like I do, because it's soothing, and that's just how I do. That was user error. It is, like I said, it is a bit stiffer of a deck, but it does shuffle, and they are just a bit sticky. Like I said, there's that like a little bit of gloss on them, so they are a wee bit sticky, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, that'll take a while, but it'll break in nicely, I think. I'm like I said, I like that it's a bit stiffer, but it's not so thick. It's not like, oh, it just went out of my head. It's not like the Modern Day Witch where it was like freaking double this, you know? God, I hate that cardstock. I like that deck, hate the cardstock. It's too thick, but I think this will hold up nicely. Again, this is gonna take me to break in. It's gonna take me a bit to break this in, but when I do, I think I'm really gonna like it. I'm curious to see how these are gonna read They hand over hand well. If you have littler hands, though, I will say you might have problems because it is a bit of a chunkier deck. Like, let's compare them. Let's compare them, shall we? Let's see. Plastic is in the way. Jeez Louise. I hate how much plastic they use in these. So yeah, I don't know if you can see that. There is a considerable, like, what is that, like, about that much difference here in the thickness of the deck. So the Murder of Crows Tarot is definitely thicker and chunkier than the Tarot of the Abyss. The colors are definitely, what's the right word? Softer, I guess, in the Tarot of the Abyss. It shuffles well off the top. It's not, this has very, very nice cardstock. It's very smooth. It's very, you know, so, okay, let's just talk energy of the decks here, because that's not something I usually see in reviews. And like I said, this is just an unboxing. It's not a review. We'll talk about that later. But right off the hop, if I'm just going with, and keep in mind, caveat, I'm not talking about, like this has, neither one of these decks obviously have been cleared yet or anything like that. But if we're talking the energy of the deck, the Tarot of the Abyss feels very, like when I hold it, I feel very, very, what would be the right word? Dreamy, I suppose. It's kind of it's a dreamier deck. It feels softer, but honest. Whereas the Murder of Crows, when you hold it, it feels sharper. I feel like this is going to read very, very direct, and it's not going to care about your feelings a whole lot. It's actually the perfect day. Like, it's raining outside today and it's kind of darker, and I'm like, yeah, this is the kind of deck that I would pull on these kind of days, right? Because this deck, I feel energetically anyway, and again, we'll get into this later in the full review. Energetically, this feels like it's not going to pull any punches. It's going to be very direct, very honest. It's probably going to be a good shadow work deck for you, but I feel like, just from what I'm feeling and some of the imagery, I feel like this is not, if you do not like decks that are confronting and that will call you out on things, probably not the one for you. And again, this isn't a review, this is just my first impressions. Tarot of the Abyss, I feel like calls you out, but in a very softer way, and does take your feelings into consideration, but still gets the point across. You know what I mean? So both excellent energetically. And again, I haven't worked with them yet, so we'll see in a couple months' time. But it feels energetically, yeah. This one's a lot softer than this one, but they're both beautiful in their own right. And as a matter of fact, you know what? If you were going to do, if you were going to pull and do a clarifier, I feel like these two decks actually would probably work well together as a pairing. One for a reading and maybe one for a clarifier. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they complement each other well. So maybe we'll do that one time. Death in the Seven of Wands. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? You know what? These are going to read together quite nicely, I think. Yes. Okay, you know what? We're going to play with this. And if you guys have either one of these decks or both, if you have both especially, let me know, have you guys read them together? Like, have you paired these together at all, and how did they work for you? Because I am excited to try that. So this was just the unboxing, first impressions of the Tarot of the Abyss and the Murder of Crows Tarot. The backings kind of remind me of each other a little bit. Am I just crazy? Or do you guys see that too? Like the eyes, sort of, and the eyes in here. Yeah, I like them. They're gonna work well. I'm excited to play around with them. Like I said, I'll have a full review on each one of these decks. Probably, I don't know. Let's give it at least 2 months, possibly longer, to see how they read, what their personality's like, and yeah, I'm excited. Let me know, which one of these are you most likely to try out? Let me know. Okay, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. I am excited to dive into these. Isn't it's like Christmas? It's just the best. All right, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon on the next video. Bye.